Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Many men are caught up in romantic illusion. And that's why many men are frustrated, because they're not just dealing with the reality of male-female interactions out here. And what do I mean when I say romantic illusions? Many guys got some like fantasy, like, oh yeah, well, if I do this, I'll get this woman, or this woman, you know, I'll get that woman who has a low body count. Cause let me talk about that, cause that's a major issue. I'm gonna tell you what, the best chance of a man getting a woman with a low body count now people say, I'll go overseas, but unless you convert to Islam and go to a Muslim country, most of the world has Western values. Most of the world. And people talk about modern women and stuff. It's like, no. If you like anybody who, even guys going overseas, yeah, they might be nicer, but guys keep forgetting that there are men that actually live in that country that those women are dealing with. So it's like you are trying to find that virgin and that pure woman. And I'm like, in this world, the best you can hope for, she hasn't been with too many men. And the best shot is a guy who's 15 and he's dealing with other 15-year-old girls. Because as they get older, it's going to get less likely. Like very young people. But if you're an older man, you're in your 30s, and those are the same women you're encountering, oh, they've been with some men. Now, if you're talking 100, 200 or something, okay, yeah, yeah, that's a little out there. But if you're talking just in a reasonable range, she's been with some guys. It's just the nature of it. But you get some guys, they want that fantasy, that pure woman, that pure and sexy woman too. That beautiful woman, that dime. And it's not impossible, but come on now. Because you see, even that is an illusion. A lot of guys out here thinking, oh, I'm gonna get that dime, without like improving whatever they got going on. Because it's crazy. You see some guys, it's like, well, hold up. You're not doing anything to improve your appearance. You're not trying to make more money. Shoot, and you have problems talking to a woman, but you want supermodel of the world. That's a romantic illusion. And then so many guys are caught up that when that illusion is shattered, they're mad. But it's like you had an illusion to begin with. See, the thing is, it used to be that men were just always more realistic and women were caught up in their illusions. And trust me, they caught up in a ton. And let me say something real quick. A lot of times when I point out stuff like that, guys will say, well, women do too. Dude, I'm here to improve men and make men stand up. Of course they do. But shoot, men supposed to improve themselves. And see, that's one of the areas too. That's one of the areas. See, I'm gonna tell you what, if you're realistic and you accept women's nature, then you can see both the good and the bad. You know, if you can accept yourself. See, a lot of guys, and I'm gonna tell you what, let me get back to that thing about like just some regular guys wanting supermodel of the world and everything. That's how a lot of guys get scammed. Because, you know, you'll get some guys, that's why men have issues with some dating coaches. Because you got some guys say, yes, you can get that woman overnight. Just say this magic word, just do this. That's a romantic illusion. It's just like some like woman who is like average looking, not in great shape, with 3 kids by 4 men, thinking she gonna get some guy who's making $500,000 a year. Illusion. It'd be an extreme circumstance. You have a better chance of winning that $1 billion lottery. You know, or that woman would. But see, you get some men thinking the exact same way. And they get angry when reality hits them. I'm gonna tell you what. I've always said several times, I've never been played. like significantly, like some minor shit, yeah, minor shit. But listen, I've never had my bank account emptied out in that manner. Never had my bank account, because I was always realistic in dealing with women. I was realistic about who I was, what my lane was, and also which women I was dealing with. And then when they would do something jacked up, I'd be like, because I never in my life had illusions about women. But see, a lot of guys do, and then get frustrated. And one of the issues is, look, I'm just gonna be raw with it. A lot of guys have that illusion because they've put their mother on that pedestal. But fellas, let me be the one to tell you, your mother's probably gone down on somebody other than your father. And she's probably like had that big old ass waving in the air. That's just a reality. That's just a reality. And it don't mean she's bad or anything. She was a good mother, right? Look, women out here they gonna do their thing. Don't be mad about it. Don't be mad about it. Just accept, like, there's gonna be some good ones, and there's gonna be some bad ones. In fact, one of the main things that I want anyone who watches my videos to understand is just recognize it, but only deal with the good ones. And indeed, if you're talking about a woman who's supporting you, a woman who's going to just be on your team, well, they're out there really, but then it's up to you as a man to get yourself together. Get yourself together, build your sovereignty in order to get there. And to have some leverage, to have the options. And then it's like when a woman does what she do, don't worry about it. I mean, I always said that. I mean, shoot, okay, you got some women out here, they calling men all types of names and stuff. Leave them alone. You know? Because there's some other women out here very supportive. Now, because I'm going to tell you what, I've experienced in my life more supportive women than I have negative women. Because usually they start showing negativity. I'm like, you got to go. Damn, you had a fat ass too, but you gotta go. Seriously. Because I've never been caught up in the illusion. You gotta be realistic. Realistic, not just about the women, but who you are. Because especially, let me just focus on about who you are and where you really stand. Because that's the whole point of my books. When I talk about select and non-select, it's not to say, oh, that's where you're gonna be. The whole point of my book is to tell you, this is where you are. This is where you stand. Okay, this is what you need to do to improve. And I got that for all the categories of men, including the Mr. Goodbars. I got some stuff for them. So, you know, just being realistic with who you are. And then being realistic about the women that you're dealing with. And things will go a lot better. Because then you're not getting upset when they do something jacked up. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. So don't get caught up in the illusions. You know, don't get caught up. All right. You know, as men, we have to stay in reality. We have to stay grounded. Not get caught up in the fantasies. Indeed, that fantasy thing, honestly, is why a lot of men really get played. I was going to end this, but I got to point this out. Because what a woman will do, she'll present the fantasy. She'll figure out what you want. She'll present that fantasy. And she'll present it totally. She'll listen to you, maybe even check out your social media. And when she want to play you, if she want to get something out of you, she will present it. She will present it perfectly. And then when she get what she wants, she just moves on. But if you just deal with reality, she can't present the fantasy because you're looking at her for the real. She might be telling you everything you want to hear, looking the way you want her to look, and telling you everything you want to hear, and you still going to be like, yeah, but I'm paying attention to your actions, and I'm still got my eyes open, you know? In some parts of the country, South, they'll say, you know, sleeping with one eye open. Because you're paying attention to the reality of the situation. So, anyway, that's all I have for now. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.